everyone, and welcome to the Vintage Needlecrafter. My name is Laura. Well, today I'm going to sit down with you once again for another needlework podcast. So welcome to my channel. Welcome if you are new here. This is my little corner where I love to sit down with you and discuss things knit and crochet. So how is everyone doing this week? I hope you're well and healthy and enjoying the autumn weather. It's getting near Thanksgiving time, so the temperatures are here in Illinois anyway have kind of been fluctuating. You are probably noticing that I am sitting in a different spot today. I am sitting in our front room and the lighting is not the greatest, but we're just going to hope you can bear with it. The sun is popping out and then going behind clouds and doing its thing. Last night we had quite a storm. It was very, very windy and so much rain. We did need the rain here, but yeah, so it's unseasonably warm. I think yesterday was in the 50s. I think it was 52 or 53 degrees Fahrenheit. So, yes. Okay, well, the first thing I want to show you is quite obvious. I am wearing it. This was the crochet square in the round that I had made that you were watching the last couple of podcasts ago. I have finally finished it now. This is the granny stitch. And like I said before, I chained a circle and then divided the stitch count by 4. And that was for the 4 corners, and then increased at each corners by 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. And then the rest is just the granny stitch. And you just keep making that square until it's long enough. That's the yoke. And when the yoke is finished, you just divide for the sleeves and all that. But here it is, and I will stand up so you can see the whole thing. I wanted it just where it would just rest at my hips, and it does. So I was surprised. I did not use as much yarn for this as I thought I was going to use. In fact, in this bag here is all the leftover yarn that I have, quite a lot. I think there's even a couple more. There's one more white back there, and there's a little bit more green back there. So probably, perhaps enough to make a second sweater. So yes, it's 100% wool. There's some acrylic. I held this double. The red is, I'll show you. The red is a combination of Yarnsmith's Merino sock, here, held double with James Seabrett, that's what I used for the red. Now, James Seabrett yarn is a acrylic and wool blend. And this is 100% merino. So that's what I use. Now, the same with the white. It's the merino sock with the yarn. The only difference for the green, got fluff coming out there. The only difference for the green is that I use the merino sock with Drops Andy's Kid Silk Mohair, because there was no James Seabrett in the colorway green. There was no plain green, so had to do a little bit different when it comes to the green. But I just love this. I love the way it turned out. It's so nice. It's light, breathable, comfortable. I am looking forward to wearing this out at Christmas get-togethers and things. I just have a t-shirt on underneath it. But I am happy with the results, and it was quite quick to crochet up. Didn't take a lot of time. Okay, what else? That's my only finished object for the week. But I have some whips going on. I'm going to show you the first one here. It's going to be a blanket. So it's a square. I took 2 rectangles and sewed them up using a single crochet to make squares for a blanket. And what I'm making is in this magazine over here. This is Crochet World's winter magazine. And the blanket is a Christmas type blanket. It's probably not going to be done before Christmas time, I'm sure. Although it could be. It could be. Just one of the squares took me an evening to do. But here that is. Isn't that just so pretty? It looks like a quilt from a distance, doesn't it? Yeah. It looks like a quilt. It's a crocheted Christmas quilt. Now, I modified their pattern to do it my own way. The way they had theirs going was you do a half of the rounds and then you pick up the other color and go halfway around. Well, I tried that. I've tried following the pattern 2 or 3 times and it just wasn't working out for me. So I thought, well, I'm just going to go ahead and make 2 rectangles and then stitch them by using a single crochet. And the square is more, it's more perfect of a square. These here were just a little bit coming out crooked, so I wasn't too happy with it. Maybe it was something I was doing and maybe it's not the pattern's fault. Like I say, I'm the type of crafter that I have better turnout sometimes with modifying my patterns than I do with following patterns. Not always, but a lot of times, yes. And then they give you on the back page the color scheme. I'm working on the blue one. It's just 12 rows and then 12 rows with the white. This I'll probably need more yarn. This is the main color. And I'm just using scrap yarns for this. I have a big, large bag here full of different colors. The gold in there, I do not have gold, so I am using the yellow. Just yarns that I have in my stash. I wanted this to be a stash busting blanket. So, yeah. But that's not the only blanket I'm interested in. Now I'm going to talk a little acquisition here. The blanket on the cover, oops, sorry for the glare. The blanket on the cover here I admire too. That is a snowflake blanket, and the snowflake is just made with the puff stitch. But I'm not going to make it Afghan size. I'm going to make a lap blanket. And I'm going to make mine in 100% wool instead of acrylic because I just love that in the evening. You remember that gray shawl that I made last week? Well, in the evenings, I love to just grab that and put that over my knees, and it's so warm and comfy. And I had this bag of wool in my back room back there. So mine is going to be a little bit different. I have 2 different colors of blue, and I don't have a lot of white, but we'll see what I come up with. I also want that to be a stash buster. Got to work down this yarn I have in store. Want to make some more things to work down yarns that I already have on hand. So I don't think I told you what crochet hook size I used, and I thought I had it laying here. Yes, I do. This project that I'm wearing took a number 5mm crochet hook, and that's the only size I used. I did not go down a size or anything when I did the trim. The trim is just a half double crochet. I just kept it very simple, and I decreased under here so it would bring in the arms just a little bit. But they're kind of, it's almost sleeveless, but not quite. So it's very light and breathable, which is a plus for me. Alrighty, so showed you that whip, showed you the yarn. Yeah, I have a whole bag here, so that should be plenty enough for that blanket. I thought it was very nice. Now the second thing I'm going to show you is something that I almost finished. I probably might have finished it if I did not run out of the yarn. I ran short on the yarn and had to order more. But this is a crochet cardigan. It's very thick and bulky. I'm gonna try to put it on if I can. I had to whip it over my head because I only have one side done and one side not. So it looks kind of strange. But if you can imagine it. This is knit up with Drops Andes. This is all I have left of the 10th ball. These are all my little labels here. I'll show you the yarn. Drops Andes mix. So this is a mix of alpaca and wool. It has 65% wool and 35% alpaca. So that's a very nice mix. It is so soft. It is so soft and cozy. I just love the feel of it. I have made quite a few cardigans in my time, but never something that was wool and alpaca. And I can tell you, it's like luxury. Now this yarn I got over at Wool Warehouse. I bought it last November, and it's just been sitting in my stash for all this time. And I did not know what to make with it until I saw Katarina on YouTube, and I'm going to put a link for this pattern in my description. Now keep in mind, once I upload this, and if you don't see something in there right away, just come back maybe a half hour later and you'll find it there. It does take me a little time to search and then add in the description what I need to put in. So there's all of that. Drops Andes. And might I say, this was quite quick to work up. It's a crochet moss stitch is what I call it. I don't know what she called it, but she had the complete tutorial. And her tutorial even includes, it's size inclusive. And all you have to do is just write down or jot down for your size. And I used a number 8 millimeter crochet hook. And let me see if I can stand up so you can kind of see the half side. She has a clever little design with these pocket holes. I like that. So you're going to be, later on, you're going to be putting the inside of the pocket in. So the pocket will be on the inside down here. Now, one little thing about it is, I think I made my sleeve a little too long. And I went, maybe because I have a little bit thicker of yarn than what the her recipe called for on her pattern tutorial. I think she used a number 5, and this yarn to me, it's almost between a 5 and a 6. Super bulky. I'm thinking I might, haven't decided yet because I haven't finished the band and the other sleeve, but once I do, I might decide to tighten this up around the cuff because I don't like all that, you know, excess. You see how that's hanging down? I don't like that. I like it a little bit tighter like that. That's just what I prefer. So I may go back and just do less rows on that rib and possibly maybe a couple less rows for the sleeve. Like I said, I didn't even finish all the rows on the sleeve because I knew that was going to be much too long in length. So I will be waiting for the yarn in the mail before I can finish this. I did have to order more. Like I said, there's not very much yardage on one of these. There is only 98 yards. Let's see. Yes, 98 yards on this. So, but it has cost a little bit more. They're $5 a ball. But you know, it's well worth it. It's well worth it because this is going to be something that's quality. This is going to be something that's going to last a long, long time. It's so soft. It's very warm, but yet breathable. And I have noticed that. Lately, I have noticed, now I've always been the type of crafter that I'm not in any way a yarn snob by any means. But I have noticed that when you make things that are made with 100% wool or wool blend, especially wool and alpaca or merino wool, those things are so soft and so nice. And they're just, you could just feel the difference when you wear them. Now, there are people out there that are allergic to wool and they can't wear wool. And that's fine, you know. For those of us that can, yeah, I can see the value. I can see the value in anything 100% wool. So yes, that's the progress on the cardigan. I just have that sleeve to finish, and then sew that down and work the band and then the pockets, and that will be complete. So. What else? There's only one other thing that I have going. Those socks that I was talking about, I still have not picked those up, and I need to. I need to pick up those socks and make those a priority because it's getting cold enough now in the evenings to where I need bed socks. But anyway, just going to show you my progress on this so far. It's just the beginnings. Just the beginnings of the cardigan. I'm doing this in the round, going back and forth with the raglan at the four corners. This is from that other piece I had started. This here, I had started. And I found out something. I found out this garter stitch. Someone had said, I think it was Andrea Mowry. I do watch her from time to time. Andrea Mowry, I think she said that tends to stretch out. And I thought, uh-oh, hopefully that won't be the case, but we'll see. Because that's what I chose to do for the neckband. I chose to do it that way. So, that's all I've got. Just a little bit started. Just beginnings. I haven't been working on it. I've been working on this from Katarina. Isn't that funny, you know, how you start on something, and like I said before, if you're like me, you like watching other podcasters out there, and you see something and you think, oh, I just got to start that. I got the perfect yarn for that. Got to start it. That's how I tend to get sometimes. But anyway, I'm going to finish this after I finish this crocheted piece over here. Now, I think that was everything that I had to show you. This is a much shorter podcast today. That's all right. Tomorrow we are heading into Chicago to see the zoo lights. So that's going to be a fun day. And my daughter wanted to go to the Millennial Skate Park, so that will be fun. Even though I do not get on skates of any kind, I still just love the ambiance, and I love watching the skaters, and they have music, so it's just so peaceful and so serene. We usually like to go over, get a coffee, just sit and watch the skaters, and it's just something I love to do. So anyway, with that being said, I hope you all have a wonderful week. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy life. Enjoy, your makes, and I will see you all again next week for another podcast. So bye for now, friends.